Shalom. First and foremost, like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. I say shalom to you, Akim, out there. And this is a sit-down lesson for In the News, December 6, 2022. And this is a news article from RT.com, from World News, alternative news around the world. And it reads, North Korea responds to drills involving the U.S. The DPRK military has fired an artillery barrage into the sea to convey a strong warning to Seoul, which is South Korea, and Washington. It says North Korea military unleashed a warning artillery barrage into the sea on Tuesday, a second such show of force since the start of the week. Pyongyang described the firing as a stern warning against the provocativity joint military exercise being held by South Korea and the U.S. near the interior Korean border. According to a statement by the General Staff of North Korea People's Army, the KPA quoted by the Korean Central News Agency KCNA, the DPRK military detects the firing of multiple rocket launches in Hazur, south of the border, at around 9:15 a.m. local time. We immediately ordered frontline artillery units to launch artillery fire into the sea to issue a strong warning, an unnamed military official says in a statement. Pyongyang demand that Seoul immediately cease provocation military actions. The latest barrage came just a day after North Korea fired over 130 artillery shells, which I did a video on that yesterday before I went to class. It says the North fired over 130 artillery shells into the sea of its east coast and west coast on Monday. It says, we sternly warn the enemies not to stir up unnecessary escalations of tensions along the front lines, the DPRK military officials said, commenting on the firing. Meanwhile, South Korean authorities claim that some of the shells fired by the North landed in a buffer zone near the Maritime border, which was established as part of the Comprehensive Military Agreement, the CMA sealed between the two Koreans back in 2018. It says Seoul's Defense Ministry says in a statement that it has directly several warnings of its own to its neighboring. It says South Korean U.S. live fire drills, which raised the North irate of taking place in Kiroran County bordering the DPRK, according to the Reuters. The exercises are expected to continue on Tuesday. And it says South Korea, which is Seoul, and Washington has stepped up joint drills in the peninsula in recent months, explaining that they are meant to deter North Korea, which has been testing fire ballistic missiles recently. It says the North has described these military exercises as proof of hostility intent by South Korea and the United States towards their country. Yeah, these rumors rumors of wars are heating up between these nations. Bring that scripture out. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7. And it reads, "And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end not shall be yet." This is Mark 13 and 8. "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles." These are the beginning of sorrows, right? Because we're seeing a clear sign of these just a slight beginning of things of what's about to come. That's why you're seeing these proxy wars, rumors of wars, nations clashing against one another, different nations and different kingdoms as well too, around the planet Earth. With this South Korea versus North Korea, it's heating up between the cross-border neighboring countries, and you got, recently military drills been increasing, been between the partners of allies of South Korea and the United States. They're beefing up their military drills against North Korea. They're sending a warning to North Korea because North Korea been continuing firing artillery missiles, a whole barrage of them. I believe like 130 of them yesterday, because I did a news sit down lesson on that yesterday as well too. And I believe they continuing from yesterday and today as well too, because the time zones are kind of different from the United States all the way into North Korea in that region over there. So both nations are sending warning shots to one another. So that shows you that North Korea versus South Korea, those tensions are definitely heating up, because you got South Korea and the United States and Japan. They all three of them, all three countries are allies against the North Korea. So those tensions are definitely stirring up between the different nations and different kingdoms. That's why I brought out the scripture of Mark 13 and 7 for the rumors of wars. And through the next verse, through verse 8 of Mark 13 and 8, of the nations rising against nations and kingdom against kingdoms as well too. And I think I'm bring out another news article that I was trying to bring out yesterday, but I wasn't unable to do. If I could be able to find it. And I believe it was another, I can bring this out as well too, because this is another clear sign of wars and rumors of wars, so it makes sense. And this news article, I believe this was from yesterday. Yep, December 5th, 2022. But it's still recent though. Shows you a clear sign of the times that we're living in regards to the wars and rumors of wars are heating up. This is a news article from ArabNews.com and last updated December 5th, 2022. And this is published by Gurban Mohammed on December 5th, 2022 from ArabNews.com. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads from ArabNews.com for In the News, December 5th / to December 6th of 2022. And it reads, Egypt and Sudan conduct joint military exercise drill. It says the Guardian of the South, two joint drills, which will continue for several days, is one of a number of exercises that have been conducted by two nation armed forces. the Egypt Defense Ministry says. It says Cairo, Egypt, an Egyptian Sudanese military training exercise. Wow, who wouldn't know they'd be allies? I'm surprised. It says have got underway at the border guarding training fields complex in Egypt. The Guardian of the South, the two joint drills, which will continue for several days. It's one of a number of exercises that have been conducted by the two nation armed forces. It says Egyptian military spokesperson Global Abdul Habib said that.
But once I get it started, I'm going to go out there and let them people put it on the machine. I know I'm going to have to go on and break down and get this transmission.
Yeah,
but I still want a second opinion. That's a lot of money.
That is. So you spend on about $1,500 now.
Okay?
Yeah. Here go Anthony. He'll get his number. Get Miss Holloway Jr.'s number.
Oh, Junior's number.
Yeah, hold on, Miss Holloway.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, baby.
Oh, hey, Miss Holloway, how you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Anthony, God bless you. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I am well, thank you so much. Just sick of this. So, well, now I ain't gonna say that. I need to jump. I want to see if Junior or Jay out this morning. So I'm gonna call Junior first. You
Okay.
doing all right, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, just woke up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? 773?
Yeah, 773
Uh-huh.
319
Okay.
6527.
God bless you, Auntie. Tell Bessie I'm definitely good. Tell Bessie to call me when she fully awake. Today or tomorrow, whenever she got time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I will.
Here she go right here.
So it's 319 6527.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's Junior.
So much. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you go so you get a jump, because it's not cold out there. It's probably going to snow some more.
It is cold down here. I'm going to get in that house and warm my hand while I wait on something.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon, baby.
Okay, thank you, Miss Holloway.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, baby.
Bye-bye. She said she went to Missing to get on home.
Right. Oh.
She Junior probably
I forgot to move that. I know you smelled it all night.
No, yeah.
that shit. What the hell is that?
I had set it right here. Yeah.
That shit'll knock you out. Came in here. Who? That shit, that was gave me a headache. I could get the hell out of here. Shit. You say you had.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. When he called you, she probably called you. Junior probably sleep. She said she need a jump. He should call Jay.
Right.
It's Holloway something else. She ain't bothered me. She said she wanted to miss it.
Right.
That lady be there one time. Miss Holloway said she wanted to miss it. Remember I used to go up there with Cool Farm?
Yeah, Michigan, yeah.
You probably can't get her. She said her and her mama.
Right.
And she rolling with that truck. But she need a jump.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's an alternator.
Yeah.
Junior probably asleep. She probably had to get Jay. Junior knocked out. Junior asleep. Yeah, I know I spelled it. He's in there. That shit'll knock you out. You got a good scent then. I know you don't spray in there. Cook me some cabbage or something.
Yeah.
I got a little fried food there. I get ready to take my ass to the doctor. 2 more weeks from now.
Yeah.
Till my doctor go up. She be going on vacation.
Right.
I know somebody called. She said she was outside. I said, it's warming up. This one's warm up and snow some more. It wasn't bothering me. Fried bacon put in. Oh, Lord. And your chill low. Oh, it's lit up high though.
Yeah, it used to.
Yeah. You broke it.
No.
You get one of them. He got them stress group, stress things you put over.
Right.
You can buy the cover. You got one like that up church with the cover.
Yeah.
Can you key to one so much? Came in at 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock out there.
Yep, around 12, so.
I ain't shit out there. Tell them to keep the keys on me. Ain't she that crazy? Let me go back. I know she was called because she acted like Junior knocked out.
Right.
Now you probably ain't going to run to the bar. He said it's stamped.
Right. Slovakia for the long momentary pause. I had to do something for my OG. But I'm gonna read it again for edification's sake. Of this another news article that I just brung out. First one I brung out about North Korea firing artillery missiles on Monday, and then day 2 they did it again. That shows you continuing increase of these wars and rumors of wars and commotions of wars between the nations and different kingdoms as well too. And that's what we're seeing. So these tensions are definitely stirring up between these nations. And this is a joint military exercise with Egyptians and Sudanese military. And it says an Egyptian Sudanese military training exercise has got underway at the Border Guard Training Field Complex in Egypt. It says the Guardian of the South 2 joint drills, which continues for several days, is one of the number of exercises that have been conducted by the 2 nation armed forces. An Egyptian military spokesperson, Gobrab Abdul Hafiz, said that the elements of the Egypt Border Guard and Sudanese infantry will be taking part in the training focused on the border security task. In a speech welcoming the Sudanese contents, Egypt's border guard commander said the exercise will help strengthen the capability of forces from both countries. The first phase of the training includes the exhibition of the latest weapons and equipment used in the border security work and combating smuggling and infiltration, along with an update on efforts to promote integration between forces. Lectures and practical exercise were also held to boost the combat experience of both sides, improve military cooperation, and develop joint operations. And it says the Egyptians and Sudanese first military exercise, Guardian of the South 1, was staged. So yeah, this is part 2. So South 2, and then they had South 1 of last year. Now this year, part 2 of it. It says Egypt and Sudanese first military, first joint military exercise, Guardian of the South 1, was staged on October 2021 at Egypt's Mohammed Nagrib, if I pronounced it right, military base, the largest in the Middle East, located in the Al-Haram area west of Alexandria. I think I found another article I had yesterday as well too about another indication and signs of rumors of wars. I believe it was 2 clashes of different nations. There was a protest in Greece yesterday. If I can be able to find it. Slovakia. Slovakia. See if I can find it. Let's see. Slovakia, I guess I'll find it some other time. But yeah, these wars and rumors of wars are definitely heating up between the different nations and different kingdoms. Like I mentioned before, I just brought out that first article of North Korea, firing off their missiles and stuff like that. And then the military exercises between Egypt and Sudan. So yeah, we seeing the increases of these things are taking place on the planet Earth. Of like I mentioned before, rumors of wars, commotions of wars, as well too between different nations. Matter of fact, I might Salakia. Matter of fact, I might add this with it as well too, and I believe this was recently as well too, and it shows you a clear signs of uproars in the people in the world as well too. And you can read that in Second Esdras 9 and 3, I believe. And I'm about to bring that out, bring that scripture out. Then I'm gonna read the news article. Yep. And this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen uproars in the people in the world, right? And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing uproars in the people in the world. And this was the latest incident that happened over there in Greece, area over there in Greece. I'm gonna bring this news article out. And this is a news article from Dutchy Wales of yesterday, 5:07 p.m. from MSNnews.com. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, Greece protest erupts after police shoots Roma teenager, Slovakia. The shooting comes ahead of an annual protest against excessive policing methods by Greek authorities and discriminations of the Roma minority, violent clashes between the members of the Roma community, and a riot police broke out in Greece's second largest city on Monday after a 16-year-old was shot in a police chase. Okay, since I mentioned that, I'm gonna bring out Luke 21 and 25. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and upon the stars. In the stars and upon the earth, the distress of nations for perplexity, Just like we seen that article that I just now just brung out. That's the disgrace of nations. You see the uproars and the people in the world with the protesters in Iran. Protesters. It was another protest too. I forgot what it was. I believe over it because I did a video on it the day before yesterday over there in Syria. So you got these uproars of the protesters in the world. And I believe there was another protest as well too. I forgot what country it was. I mean, you got so many protesters in the world. It's been increasing, especially throughout the whole year 2022 and 2021. You've been seeing a rise and upcreases of uprisings in the people in the world going against their leaders that's in leadership. The citizens been protesting about certain things that their leaders they oppose them for certain things. That's why they have uproars and protests in the world. Especially the biggest one so far has been the Iranian protests. They've been having nonstop clashes over there in Iran. And it's been worldwide as well too. So that shows you a clear indication of the stress of nations around the world. So that's uprisings and uproars in the people in the world, and that's what we're seeing. And it's going to increase more and more and more, And I'm going to bring it out again for edification's sake for the sit down lesson. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, which we seen with the blood moons recently of November 8th on the election day last month. And upon the earth the stress of nations with the protests, uproars, and the people. Nations going against one another, clashes, proxy wars, rumors of wars, etc., you name it, and the seas and raising war. So I'm gonna go back to the news article. Yep, it says Greece protests erupts after police shot Roma teenager. Yep. So yeah, that's what we're seeing, Let me go back to the original. Once again, grand finale. That Luka Doncic, Cologne.
Call me Daddy DeVici.
Daddy DeVici.
I'm a mom. That's how I put it up. They be like, you gotta do it, son. You gotta whack him. Put those cologne when they wrong. You gotta whack him, son.
Take him out, just forget about it.
Listen, son. Whack him.
My son Johnny. Just forget about it.
If you're dependent on his life, fuck him, whack him.
Forget about it.
Close his curtains.
Salaki for my folly. Laugh for my brother. But yeah, back to the original news article that I just brought out, a sit down lesson. So that shows you a clear sign that, North Korea responds to the drills involving the U.S. They sending a strong message to South Korea and Washington as well too, which, the United States as a whole, So yeah, as the scriptures that I brought out, the Mark 13:7, Mark 13:8, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nations, kingdom against kingdoms. Then I brought out the second Ezra 9:3, uproars in the people in the world, as I just brought out that news article over there in Greece. And then you got the military exercise over there in the Middle East of Egypt. A military exercise drills started from October 2021 of the South 1 drills between the allied nations of Egypt and Sudanese. Now, recently, they doing another military exercise drill. Is the South Part 2, which is allies of Egypt and Sudanese. Taking place is going to last within the next several days of a military cooperation exercise drills between the two different nations. That shows you a clear indication of wars and rumors of wars and nation against nations and kingdom against kingdoms, which potentially going to increase leads to the WW3, which is Revelations 11 and 14. Second woe is past, behold, the third woe coming quickly. With the Russia-Ukraine situation, North Korea versus South Korea, Israel versus Iran. So we're seeing a clear message of these signs that's taking place on the planet Earth, along with the news articles that I just brought out, and along with the scriptures as well too. So we seeing indication signs of these things, wars and rumors of wars, commotions of wars, proxy wars, rumors of wars building up and it's heating up. So with that, hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua and Salakia for the interruptions. But throughout Yahweh Yahushua, I was able to continue to finish this video sit-down lesson for today of December 6, 2022 at 9:56 a.m. Central Standard Time on this Monday morning. So that shows you a clear indication of signs of wars and rumors of wars building up, nations against nations, kingdom against kingdoms. Oh, what's up, bro? What's chill? Just woke up. I took it with him. Yep, he just took it with him. Yep. So yeah, that's what we are seeing. Like I mentioned before, wars and rumors of wars, nations against nations, kingdom against kingdoms. In Luke 21 and 25, the stress of nations, which we're seeing uproars and uprises in the people in the world. So we're seeing these things that's taking place on the planet Earth. Because the Heavenly Father said these things are going to take place in the latter days, and that's what we're seeing. And these things are going to continue to increase, So with that, hope this sit-down lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Akarkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.